This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. I'm sure you saw what happened with Elon Musk and Donald Trump. The girls are fighting, aren't they? It all started with disagreement on corn or flour tortilla. Trump said corn. Elon said to douse your taco in the blood of a virgin and 3 horse tranquilizers. Both sound gross to me. Our IP Livecast starts
now. Welcome, Shannon. Shannon got taken out by Elon Musk there at the end for trying to talk back to him. Welcome to RIP Livecast. It is Saturday, June 7th. That's crazy.
Why?
That it's June already.
Oh. Yeah.
Rob thought it would just be May for like a few months.
Yeah. Like, oh shit. June comes after May? Fuck. Forgot.
It's rude. We're
Why is
already
it
in
so
summer.
dark? It's very dark in your space, Rob.
Oh yeah.
And your shirt, the way your mic is positioned, it looks like your shirt says rim.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a Primus shirt, but just with the important letters.
Yes, my
it's
subliminal messaging is getting through.
Right.
Hold on, let me position myself properly.
It's
there we go.
rim inside of pus.
Yeah.
Or Rimus.
Rimus, yeah.
Yeah, Rimus.
He likes
Welcome to
rim
the
in the
show.
middle and pus on either end.
Oh, it's infected. You don't want that.
But that's right. The girls are fighting. That's been the fun. If you've been in our Discord this week,
Mhm.
and I want to give a special shout out to our regulars who made sure to check in with me to make sure I was okay after the internet exploded.
Mm.
The MAGA powers exploded. The honeymoon is officially over. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are on the outs. This all started because Musk was a temporary employee.
Mhm. Well, was he a temporary employee or did he just get fired?
No, so there's this thing like you could bring somebody on to be a temporary employee for 120 days, something like that. And because it's temporary, those people aren't subjected to the same kind of like background checks that an actual full-time federal employee would be required to do.
That seems like a bad rule to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Trump knows how to take advantage of bad rules.
Yes.
Yeah, and so does Musk. So he and then I guess also with that, there were different warring factions in the Trump camp where people didn't like Musk and his technorati crew. And so there was like a big game of politics back behind the scenes, apparently, where his people got pushed out a little bit. And I guess Musk on his end was not a fan of Trump's tariff strategy because, you know, he got a lot of imports for his technology. Like the biggest sectors affected by that would be technology companies. And Musk has tech companies like his car company, his spaceship company. So he was really not into that. And then the straw that broke the camel's back was the big, beautiful budget bill, which Musk thought, which added like, I don't know, some trillions of dollars to the deficit, where Musk was brought in to lower the deficit, like lower government spending. And then here, this big budget is just like, Musk is slowly chipping millions away, and this guy is adding trillions. So he had to speak up and say that the bill was bad and that the Congress shouldn't vote for it.
And it went from that in about 8 seconds to they're calling each other pedos. That's the funny part to me.
Yes.
But that's any disagreement with Elon Musk ends in him calling you a pedo, I think, right?
Right.
It's just a broken clock thing. Where in this case, he's correct, but he would say it even if it wasn't true.
Right. There was a whole thing about like 9-10 years ago in Thailand where there was some people stranded in a cave.
Yeah, was it Thailand or was it South? Oh, maybe it was Thailand.
And then he said he was going to send somebody, and he never did. He was all talk, and then like there was some rescue team that actually went and saved these people, and he called the head of the rescue team a pedophile, and that guy actually sued him and won a ton of money.
Yeah, this was 6 years ago.
Wow. Okay, feels like a lifetime
7.
ago. But what Musk said, actually, I'm going to say something that I've been holding back for a while. The reason they haven't released the Epstein files is because Donald Trump is in them. So this was, in my opinion, first of all, hilarious.
Right.
Second of all, a self-own in a way, because here you are saying you are knowingly working with a
and
pedophile.
have been saying kind, loving things about him for like a year or two.
Yeah,
you really like if you're watching this in the future, like really, like Sid's not exaggerating. Like he was like, I love this man so much, like on Twitter, you know, way out of bounds of normal like political interaction.
So I mean, what's so great? Like we all saw it coming. We all like it was disgusting the love affair that they had. Musk practically moved into Mar-a-Lago.
Largo.
It's my New York accent coming through.
He had a
Mar-a-Lago.
He had a very Omarosa energy, I would say. It was
a
ticking time bomb.
Honestly, the most disgusting part about it was bringing his son around everywhere. That fucking toddler who was just going to grow up to be a fucking Nazi leader of some country in Europe eventually. And the way they just trotted him around, and then like there was this footage of Trump walking to like Air Force One, and he's holding hands with X and the kid, and it's like, get these people out of here, like get the fuck out of here, you know.
But then just be replaced by equally shitty people just that aren't as famous.
True. Well, I would say that Musk in his short reign did a lot of damage. He shut down a bunch, like fired a ton of people that, like, you could argue some was good, but I would say most of it was people in positions that we needed. Like he basically dismantled the Consumer Protection Bureau. Like Parks departments got cut.
And he got to be the face of it, so Trump didn't get as much bad PR. It all went to Musk, and now he gives Musk the boot. It's like, thanks for being my human shield for a few months. Peace.
Absolutely. I feel like in terms of who got played, Musk got played.
Yeah, for sure.
He fucking gave up $300 million, which I guess to him is like, to us, like $3,000.
But I think it's more like his stock's losing value. His company,
but that's theoretical, right? I agree. Like the brands have lost far more than $300 million in value. But on the other side, they did manage to extract all of our citizens' data from all these different government organizations.
Yeah, wasn't there like a Supreme Court decision like this week saying that was okay or something?
The
Doge Social Security information thing.
Yeah, so they basically pulled citizen data from all these different departments that intentionally kept these data sets separate. Like, for example, your medical history shouldn't be linked to your credit history, shouldn't be linked to your job history, you know, all of these different departments. And so they're now compiling with a private company, Palantir, who to me are like the fucking the eye of
they're Lumen.
Yeah, exactly. They're the evilest company.
So now that Musk is gone, is Doge still a thing in the government, or is that gone with him?
It is still a thing, but it's hard to say how much. They really didn't have any impact to begin with. It was just Trump signing off on closing these things that they suggested he close.
But and my question is
extracting data.
So he
did what he needed to do.
The Supreme Court said they're allowed to have this data. But now, if they're not, like, if Musk is gone and they're gone with him, then are they still allowed?
They're not
to
gone. They're not gone. Musk is just the only one gone. All of the people he put into power, all those 22-year-olds are still at Doge.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So yeah, it's not over. It's not. I mean, I don't know. Who knows what'll happen in a few months? But
cool.
I do love Trump washing his hands of Musk, and now, like, I'm as much as I saw this coming, it still was a very celebratory moment for me in terms of a great moment for all of us who are, you know, always online. Terminally online. Thank you.
It might be the first time he washed his hands in like 3 years too.
I don't know, but Trump strikes me as a bit of a germaphobe.
You think so?
I think that's been said before.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Trump. I take it back.
Vagina.
He strikes me as a germaphobe, and yet he had unprotected sex with Stormy Daniels, which I was always
He's the opposite of me. I'm very OCD, a germaphobe about STDs, but not regular germs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Trump's my opposite.
Yeah. Finally, we've said it. We've been wondering this whole time, but now it's
you've been wondering. I'm on record very much saying that I despise Donald Trump, but I think he's funny. I can separate those two, just like I can say my younger self.
He's a
Hillary
great
Clinton.
I can. even when he's knocking someone or something that I agree with, sometimes I just have to hand it to him. The man is funny. Like it's just look, that's what people like about him.
He's funny and he's a good politician. I mean, he's just, you have to say it at this point. He's a successful politician.
Yeah.
He does politics better than everyone else in the United States, I would say.
One other quick thing I want to mention about that. Like, I do love now that Musk has called Trump a pedophile, all of these MAGAites have to like pick sides. And so it's been really fun for these people that are so quick to call anybody, like, there's been this whole thing about how the left are pedophile, how like all gay people, all LGBT people are pedophiles, and there's this whole child molestation ring. Like they're so like, we have to protect our children.
I think it's just because people on the right don't know what the age of twinks is. Like they think that if you're a twink, you're actually underage, not just that you look like you could be.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've been fooled. That's what.
But here is a credible threat. And they're like, oh no, he's just saying things. He's just saying things, or the other way, like just seeing these people on the right try to make sense of this has been very fun. Like the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, was on Joe Rogan podcast as this little tweet storm was going back and forth.
So he didn't have anyone to whisper in his ear to tell him what he should say, so he had to figure it out
exactly.
on his own.
So as they're on the air, one of the producers tells Rogan, like, hey, look at what Musk just said about Trump. And this whole time, by the way, on the Rogan show, they were talking about the Epstein files because, like, he's the FBI director, and he was talking about how, like, it's he actually killed himself. There's no evidence that
and these are all the people who, before they got these government jobs, were saying the conspiracy stuff, and now that they're in the government, they're saying the opposite.
Yes, they were like, the deep state is suppressing this information, and now that they're part of the deep state, they're like, oh, there's no information. Don't worry about it.
Maybe that means that they're now suppressing information, or maybe that means that they were full of shit the whole time, and that there really was nothing to suppress. But you can't believe them either way, because they were full of shit the whole time.
Exactly. So here they are talking about this. And also I think he said something like they don't want to release any of the footage of the abuse because out of respect to the victims, they don't want to reopen these wounds.
And it would be less hot for them to masturbate to it if they knew everybody else saw it too. It's the part of it is the exclusivity.
Well, and the other side of it is that the victims themselves have said, we want the footage released. Do it. We give consent. Like, we want these people exposed. But so as he's saying this, they bring up this tweet. Hey, Musk said this. And Kash Patel is sweating. He's like, I am not getting involved. I am staying out of this lane. It's like, no, this is your lane. This is the lane you've just been in for 3 hours. Right. Now that your two buddies are fighting about it, you're staying out. Like, couldn't he say equivocally, no, Trump isn't in the Epstein files? If Trump wasn't in the Epstein files, or conversely, could have said he is, his silence, I feel, is worse than actually taking a position.
Not to him, though.
Yeah, no, I know. Right. If he said, yeah, Trump's in there, then I think that's probably worse for him.
I guess that's the worst. You're right. Yeah. You can't say Trump is in there.
Right.
But he didn't say Trump is not in there. So by not saying that.
Well, he doesn't want to say that, and then Trump is in there. So he'll look like a dumb fuck,
Which I agree with you.
But is it? I'm sorry. Isn't it known that Trump? It's not like the question is whether Trump actually participated in. It's known that
there's
goes
actual
to the
pictures of them together. We know they knew each other.
Video,
That's not.
And isn't it known that Musk went there too?
Yeah. Well, with Musk, he has some deniability. He said there's one photo of him with Ghislaine and or Ghislaine, like her real name. Let's be polite.
What?
Let's be polite to the child trafficker.
Let's give the child traffickers a fair shake here on this show.
There's a photo of him with Ghislaine at some Vanity Fair party, and he claims that he didn't know who she was, which I think is total bullshit, and that like she just approached him, and there was a photographer right behind them who were like, "Oh, let me take a photo of you two," and he was just like, "Okay, sure," and he didn't know who he was taking a photo with.
Can I say, so many people have caught shrapnel from their associations with these people. How come nobody's giving Vanity Fair shit for inviting Elon Musk and Ghislaine Maxwell to a party?
Well, was she known to be who she was at that time or no?
I'm sure Vanity Fair had some suspicions. They're journalistic enterprise. What are they doing? Let's stake out these fucking Vanity Fair parties.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
The worst of the worst showing up there, apparently.
If elected,
parties too.
Andrew Cuomo will get right on that.
Oh, I'm sure he was there right behind Ghislaine.
Once we're done killing all the old people in the nursing homes, we will go after the child traffickers
and kill the children as well.
Yes, kill them too. Put them all in the nursing homes and then burn them all down.
The only people left will be women of legal age to fuck Andrew Cuomo. That's all he wants to deal with.
Yes, get all the hot women out of the nursing homes before we see
nurses.
4 of them.
The nurses that he wants to fuck are too busy keeping elderly people alive. Kill all the olds, and then the nurses can come hang out with Andrew at the mansion.
They'll all have time to suck my dick. That's wow. He's gonna 9/11 all the nursing homes. Just make sure we do the proper evacuations. My only regret is that I cannot get slimy enough on my impression to accurately do Andrew Cuomo. I feel like I'm in the right timbre and the right.
You have to just talk extremely slow. I noticed he talks at like 0.5 speed.
It's like he's getting a hand job from a nurse at that moment while he's.
It's that plus it's the vibe of he feels like anyone he's talking to is so stupid and that he has to say it really slow so you understand his brilliance.
Dripping contempt for everybody. All right, I'll workshop it.
It's going to be our mayor. Rob, do you have his image ready to add to our banner when he gets elected?
Cuomo?
Yes.
Is there like a pun with Cuomo and homo? Cuomo?
Cuomo-sexual. Someone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right. That's right. Oh no, Ready Rainbow, get out of here! Where would we put him on the banner? Where would
just replace Eric Adams? He won't. Be
Eric Adams.
Yeah,
that's right.
I guess.
We're not going to talk about his dumbass anymore.
Adams hasn't been as potent lately.
Now I have a question.
Dead man walking.
Yeah, that's true. He's a lame duck. Will Cuomo reboot the snooping on your children's video cinematic universe that Eric Adams made? Remember when he went through the kids'
to
book?
find nudes.
There may be a lead on a nurse in here. Hot nurse in a nursing home.
Here's what to do if your stepdaughter is ever home alone and you come home and you catch her taking pictures.
Yeah, and it's just a video from Brazzers or something.
Here's what happens if your aunt gets her head stuck in the washing machine.
Yeah, ladies.
And she happened to be not wearing underwear.
This is the mayor's office with some helpful tips when doing laundry. Don't stick your ass outside the washing machine. Number 2.
Do we still? I don't know. I feel like Zoran has a. I mean, we're going a little deep here.
I was wondering if people outside New York have any sense, because like, yes, it is a local race, but I mean, it's a local race of the biggest city on the continent. So I wonder
every mayoral election here is a fucking clown show. So there's always nationally newsworthy items.
Well, if you don't know, there's a self-described socialist mayor, candidate running for mayor.
Yeah.
Trying to be the mayor of New York. He is totally grassroots funded, and he's actually like made huge gains in the last couple of months. And I think he's like 9 points behind Cuomo, who's the incumbent sleazy ex-governor of New York, who's like who
resigned over a sexual abuse thing, and now is coming back to run for a lower position
and getting endorsed by some of the same people who called for him to resign.
It's like winning the world title and then going for the intercontinental.
It really
title.
is. Yeah. It's like, I just want to be famous, please. I don't care what it is.
But here's what he had a sexual harassment scandal, kissing women on the mouth when they were not expecting it or indicating they wanted him to do that. He slashed Medicaid during COVID the first 3 weeks of COVID. He slashed Medicaid. We were joking about the nursing homes before. There was a scandal where he basically killed a bunch of old people in nursing homes inadvertently, or what he claims inadvertently, with legislation. I mean, he's just the ultimate like neoliberal, awful, like cliche politician that everybody hates. He's basically a male Hillary Clinton.
And his dad was previously the governor of New York, so he's also sort of
a very beloved, I feel, in the city.
Although I wonder if he'd be beloved today. Different time.
Yeah, I think that's
But he got, let's just say, he got a lot of positive press, and also was like a great politicker. So he had a lot of like highly respected people that endorsed him.
And it's definitely indisputable, as Rob said, that he was beloved. Mario Cuomo.
Yeah. There's even a friggin' bridge named after him.
Well, who named that bridge after him? His son did when he was governor.
What bridge is named? What did they change to Mario Cuomo Bridge? I didn't know about that. What is it?
Something connecting to Connecticut, I think.
Oh, so it's all the way.
It was the Tappan Zee.
Oh, the Tappan Zee Bridge. All right. They're changing in the last 10 years, they've changed all the names of the bridges to people's names.
Yeah.
RFK. We have the Ed Koch Bridge now.
Speaking of Ed Koch, one of the first things Andrew Cuomo was known for in the 80s when there was, or 80s or late 70s, when his dad was running against Ed Koch for something, they put out a mailer that said, "Vote for Cuomo, not the homo."
Right. I remember that. Because Ed Koch was supposedly like an in the closet gay person, a gay man.
Yeah. So, class act from day one, Andrew Cuomo.
Lovely. I keep getting these mailers here.
So no, I haven't gotten any.
Oh, wow. I haven't got any Cuomo mailers.
I took that straight out of my shredding bin just to show you.
What's some of the language on there?
For any mayoral candidates.
I see. He led us through crisis before. He'll do it again.
Yeah, that's what the commercials also say. Yeah.
That's all it really. Oh, let's see what else. It was the greatest health crisis in our history, and Andrew Cuomo delivered. No, he didn't.
He delivered your grandma in a box.
Yes, he delivered. He delivered COVID straight to your door.
Well,
so you could get in and infect
Christ. But those press conferences, Darren, come on, masterful.
The balls on these people. They just do their PR materials are the exact opposite of what they've done every time. It's crazy. He didn't just provide information in those daily COVID briefings. He acted. Building emergency hospitals, vaccination centers.
He, with his own two hands, he built those hospitals down.
Yes,
show some respect.
He took them right out of his AIDS vagina and built a hospital.
He heard from someone that nurses show up to hospitals, Darren. He's like,
we need more hospitals. They tend to attract sexy nurses. Was that sleazy
those
enough?
Dead grandmas, they have granddaughters.
Yes, that's
right?
good. That's good. You're really you're nailing the pacing.
I'm closing in on it.
Yeah.
Grandmas, get them out of here. Bring in some younger poontang.
Who do you think rented all of those meat trucks from the mafia meat stores to store all those dead COVID bodies? That was me.
That was my connections as mayor. I mean, governor. I can't keep track.
Yeah.
Of which stupid office I am running for.
And then the big news yesterday was that one of the other progressive candidates surprised everybody by endorsing Cuomo. And it's basically just because she's jealous that she's not the leading progressive candidate in the polls.
Right.
So out of spite, she picked. And I guess I'm sure Cuomo like offered her a job when he wins.
I don't think so, because
I mean they don't say that up front. That's just you'll wait when he wins, she'll get a job, and then you'll be like, oh.
She's the one, Jessica Ramos. She's the one who fought the owner of the Mets getting a casino on that. She's like she's around that district, I think.
That sounds right.
She just like blasts him every time she's in front of a microphone. She says what a piece of shit he is and stuff like that. Which is true. Sure,
yeah, in many ways it is true.
I think it's great. I think for two reasons. Well, for the real reason that she's lobbying is that it's going to put like lots of people out of, jobs and homes and everything. But also I don't want the fucking casino there. Like, I love the Mets, but I want this shit near me, bro. I don't anywhere near
some selfish reasons. Yeah.
That's so funny because I'm starting to feel the opposite way. Like, put it in Queens. I don't want it in Coney Island. Coney Island's already such a shit show.
Right. I'd rather it be in Manhattan though, if we're gonna split the difference. Like, at least.
Well, I think it's definitely not going to be in Manhattan. There was a big vote about the Hudson Yards Casino, and they don't want it.
I know.
They said that they can't handle the traffic, the extra traffic.
Yeah, I feel like the downstate one is going to be between Coney Island and Citi Field. It's looking. Though, if you don't know, they're giving 3 casino licenses for the New York City 5 boroughs area. Oh, I guess it's the metropolitan area. Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but we have these shitty casinos. They're only allowed to do electronic gaming right now, so they're all over the city, like the outer boroughs. But this is going to be like real casinos with card games and like legit casinos. They're opening 3 of them. And all these billionaires are competing for licenses right now.
Will that be the end of your Pennsylvania trips?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's the only reason I would ever go to fucking Pennsylvania is because it's the closest casino. It's disgusting down there. But the casinos they have are fantastic. They're wonderful.
Are you still doing casinos? Like
I don't because of my school schedule. It really fucked up my casino trips, and now I'm on the interim, but I'm just doing a whole bunch of other like stuff. I was preparing for grad school and stuff. So I went to the casino once in like the last 6 months. I went in January, I think. But I still play live poker, but just around here. So I have to do that schlep coming back, But I would go like probably 2-3 times a week if there was a legit casino in New York City.
Makes sense.
At this point, I don't get like, the city needs revenue. Why not?
Yeah. Sorry, Rob.
I was gonna say the why not is probably just the consideration for overcrowding and all that. Like that I understand, but as far as a moral thing, no, like let's go.
It's not so much moral. I think there's a way to do it. There's a way to build a casino that actually does give back to the community. And I don't think when you say moral, you mean like people shouldn't gamble?
Like gambling is wrong, yeah.
I think that's bullshit. Like, there's that part of it is bullshit. There is a moral consideration where, you are basically gentrifying a whole area. They always put these in like semi-poor areas and they kind of just destroy the culture, But there's a way to do it. There's places you can put it that it has helped communities. Like there is a way to build a casino, and they always fix up parks around it and shit. But there's also a way to do it where you just plop it into the middle of a fucking urban center that's going to be destroyed by it. So,
the plan, I think that's why the Queen's plan is so enticing, because they do have a lot of that. It's not just a casino. They would build public land like parks and but to me it seems too grand of an idea, because it's not just the public land and parks. It's like a hotel, another concert venue, as if New York needs another one, and it's going to make it this entertainment hub, and like I don't want to fucking schlep to Citi Field to Flushing for fucking
the Queens one to me is the worst. Like the parks thing of part of it just looks like an afterthought, and there's like 1 billion parks there already. Like that's
true.
They throw that shit in because they want their fucking hotel, and like,
it's to get tax breaks, I think. Yeah.
It's an afterthought. So I don't.
But wouldn't it be nice to like be able to go to the casino and then chase it with a Mets game all in one shot?
Listen, if they built it there, I would check out the casino. When I was going to a game, I'd probably I'd have to go to the casino because it's right there. I'm not going to say like I'm opposed to this on moral grounds and everything. I would go. The thing is built. It's over.
Yeah.
You know, it's there. I'm going to go. But I just think it's the worst possible place for me to put the casino because it's so far away. I go to Mets games far away because once in a while because I love the Mets and it's a cultural thing. You know, it's like my childhood, you know, but the casino, like I want the casino close to me so I can fucking go there frequently.
Fair. I mean, it'd be worse if they put it next to Yankee Stadium, probably.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's even further.
That you can destroy. Just go ahead. Don't even put any.
But Yankee
fucking
Stadium
parks.
is in like a residential area too. Like there's already.
Yes, it is. Absolutely is. There's all kinds. It
is. I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't.
It is. I mean, yeah, no, because it's like I just remember there's like a bar across the street from Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
You know, like, and the train and everything. It's just it's such a weird thing.
And it's already a bombed out community. That's how all of those. No, I don't mean that in a negative way.
He means the Bronx Bombers, Rob. Don't laugh. It's what
I mean. It's fucked up from like years of the shitting on the area, like the city. Like I don't.
Yeah. If you go one avenue down, it's not pleasant.
That's where the whole Fort Apache, the Bronx thing, you know, like all the old 70s, you know, stories and everything like that. It was just one of the most dangerous areas in the country. And it's like been ravaged by, you know, real estate shitmongers for the last 70 years. It's awful. And the Yankees don't do anything to fix it, by the way.
They'll spruce up a baseball field once every few years. That's about the extent of it.
And then build a $3, $4, $5 billion fucking stadium.
They've probably done more for like the area in Tampa where their spring training park is than what they've done for the Bronx.
Not as much as Hulk Hogan, but yes, they've done a
lot. Here's a story from a few weeks ago that I felt was very Livecast related. Like, or it's something in the Livecast universe that I feel like we could have a take on. So this is a viral story on Twitter. Sorry, one sec. There we go. Woman claims she's been suffering from a 7-year sinus infection after her ex-boyfriend faced his cheeks at her and farted in her face while she was recovering from surgery. She says doctors found E. coli in her sinuses. Let's watch this video. It's about a minute.
Today I realized that I think my ex-boyfriend got the best possible breakup revenge that anyone could ever get. We dated like 7 years ago. I've had a persistent sinus infection ever since he and I stayed in a hotel one night after I had surgery. And he farted terribly. Like I couldn't breathe. I've never, ever compares to that. And I got my sinus infection cultured today. I've gotten it like imaged. I've had all of these tests done. Doctors haven't been able to figure it out. And it is E. coli. And usually don't get E. coli in your sinuses because E. coli is from poop. So like, I don't know. How does that get in your sinuses unless you have a boyfriend who farts disgustingly and you are forced to inhale it because you are immobile after ankle surgery? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wait, I have multiple questions.
Yeah, me too.
So first of all, I assumed when you said surgery that it was surgery on her nose. So it was like an open wound and the germs got in more or something, but ankle surgery, so that has nothing to do with anything. But then also, like, was he fully naked and spread his actual asshole into her face? Because I can't imagine E. coli germs would get through underwear and pants.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I read.
Right?
I read that if you fart without underwear on, you are essentially putting micro poop particles into the air.
Yeah.
Like or to wherever direction your fart goes.
Yeah.
But I've heard that they go into the air even through your pants. I have heard this.
Huh.
The most recent study I saw was that you're pretty safe if you're wearing underwear. Like it's not an issue.
I don't know. What does Joe Rogan say?
What does Andrew Cuomo say?
Is there a hot nurse in the area?
Tell me, who was around for the ankle surgery? What was
I need names, people.
And also 7 years of this. This all seems like a stretch to me.
Yeah, I don't think E. coli can even live for 7 years, can it? I mean, I feel like that's maybe she has like the toilet sniffing fetish, and she doesn't want to admit it. So
yeah, so she's
ex.
Yeah.
Ex.
Do we know that this X even exists? Can we find this man?
It's Google AI says E. coli cannot live for 7 years. So what is she lying about? What is her fetish that she's telling us here?
Yeah, this seems very suspicious to me.
On the other hand, her face is still red from this, so maybe that's one hell of a fart. I don't know that E. coli migrated inside her sinuses, but she still has very red cheeks. So,
according to I Fucking Love Science, one Australian doctor did do a fairly basic test to see whether bacteria from passing gas could contaminate patients after being asked the question by a particularly windy nurse.
Excuse me?
She wanted to know whether she was contaminating the operating theater she worked in by quietly farting in the sterile environment of operations.
That's very conscientious of her to even ask that question.
Could you imagine like how long it took her to work up the nerve to ask that question? And I'd be like, well, I have a friend who's wondering, but to be like, I fart like fuck during these surgeries. Doc, tell me, am I killing these people?
Yes, I don't want to be Andrew Cuomo killing old people in these
my God
facilities. That's very brave of her. I applaud that because you could really be hurting somebody.
And so what was the result? What did we come up with?
So the doctor said, this article notes that the doctor contacted a microbiologist in Canberra in order to come up with an experimental study.
Canberra?
Look, not all studies. Am I not saying it correctly?
No,
it's
just
a can,
like your butt.
Can.
Oh, I see.
All of a sudden, butt jokes are lost on Rob.
Look, I'm very vulnerable when I'm reading out loud. Okay, guys.
Sorry.
What a sentence! What a sentence to say.
His microbiologist friend Luke Tennant asked one of his colleagues to blast out at a petri dish for 5 centimeters, 2 inches away. The colleague was asked to do so once fully clothed and once again with nothing between his anus and the dish, except for those 5 centimeters of air. This wasn't the most rigorous of studies, but at least gave the doctor some scientists based on the topic of whether the nurse should be passing wind in the operating theater or whether bacteria from her digestive system, poop, would make it onto the patients. After the participant did their duty into the petri dishes, they were left overnight to be analyzed later on. The next morning, the petri dish that received flatulence from an uncovered anus had sprouted visible lumps of 2 types of bacteria that are usually found only in the gut and on the skin, as reported by the journal BMJ. Meanwhile, the flatulence that had to make its way through clothing before getting to the dish had no bacteria that sprouted. Okay. Here's a quote. Our deduction is that the enteric zone in the second petri...
I don't know. Gastroenterology is probably related to that.
In the second petri dish was caused by the flatus itself. And the splattering that was caused by the sheer velocity of the fart, which blew skin bacteria from the cheeks and blasted it onto the dish.
Imagine farting so hard that you lose skin.
I like the natural odors. Well, have you ever wiped and get a few ass hairs in your wipe? Like you wipe so intensely?
I don't think so.
I have.
Blood, yes. Ass hairs, I don't think so.
Blood, no. If you're in, how do you get? I guess that's a dry wipe if you're bleeding.
That's the episode title.
Dry wipe. Our final conclusion: don't fart naked near food. So if you're inhaling the farts of a fully clothed person, then be assured you are not breathing in any kind of matter.
You know who needs to know that? It's the people at that Houston swingers party by the buffet. No farting near the fucking guacamole.
I was going to say, well, that was an issue we discussed at the time.
No, none of this intentional malicious farting going on at that orgy, though.
Yeah.
One small study, which looked at what gases were causing the distinctive fart smell, found that farts were mostly comprised of odorless gas, including oxygen and nitrogen. However, through the use of rectal test tubes that were inserted into the anus, they found smelly gases such as hydrogen sulfide, methanol, which smells a bit of rotten cabbage, and garlicky dimethyl sulfide were present in small quantities of the average person's healthy farts. All right, so hydrogen sulfate. If you ever want to gross someone out, get a bunch of that.
Oh, that's easy. You get that on Amazon?
I'm sure.
Probably with the tariffs now, it's too expensive. Would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Trump making it hard to import fart gas. Bastard.
Farts. Breastfeeding and farts.
Was that when she interviewed Howard Stern? What was
Yes,
that? Yeah,
that was her intro blurb. Like you, the man who is known for speaking about breastfeeding and farts.
He's the scientist. We just didn't realize it.
Actually, there's a few more to that. Here,
Premature ejaculation, abortion, bestiality, Irishmen who drink, breastfeeding and farts.
Barbara Walters.
Hydrogen sulfide water solution. You get 500 milligrams on Amazon for $40.
Oh,
okay.
Use cold metal injection.
No code required.
Ooh.
Yes.
Can you do one of those subscribe and save?
There's only 10 left in stock, so they don't have to subscribe and save.
Oh, too bad.
Is it Prime eligible?
No, it does not.
Damn it!
But free shipping.
There's not enough people are into this movement yet.
Movement.
Thank you for picking up what I'm putting down here.
Excellent.
So RIP to that lady, by the way. She died from that infection.
Oh, sucks. Sorry to hear that.
Who would want to date her after this is what she's known for? So you got the fucking fart nose infection. You're going to be talking about 7 years. You're still yammering on about your ex-boyfriend. That's what I got to hear about. And then she probably snores like crazy. She's always hawking up phlegm. Get out of here.
Yeah. Sinus infection. Get out of here. No. Not eligible for the Cuomo peen. Sorry. Very high standards. He's like, I just realized he's like the straight Harvey Firestein. I want to bang some vagina so hard.
Do you think he wears shorts above the knee? He seems like a guy that wears like 5-inch shorts, right? Those really the ones that expose the thighs. Or do you think he just wears shorts?
You mean like for sexual purposes?
No, just a casual day a casual walk on Long Island.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. He thinks that's like business cool,
Yeah. Anyway, he's got a lot of jokes. His girlish figure and all that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he was okay. Never mind.
What happened?
I was about to say he was on Howard Stern, but it was 4 years ago.
Cuomo?
Yeah, I was trying to find like a clip we could mock.
I've got a picture you could mock. That I just shared.
Well, you mocked it up.
That's true. It's our future mayor and Harvey Firestein hanging out at the Tony Awards. That's it. That's
I love the jacket and bow tie that the AI chose for Harvey.
I'm sure that's got to be based on an actual outfit he wore. He looks like he just smelled an E. coli fart.
Who was that guy that? Who's that guy that used to have the infomercial where you like improve your memory or whatever, and he had those Joker Riddler jackets?
Oh, Lesko.
Matthew Lesko. Yeah, that's what he looks like. The fat Matthew Lesko. Is this something similar to like what Harvey Firestein looks like now?
No.
So it's a bad representation.
Matthew Lesko's still alive, 82 years old and kicking.
That's nice. Can you make them kiss?
This is apparently what he looks like now. Looks like he's been on Ozempic.
Oh no!
Oh, that's bad. Not a good look.
Damn, he's
looks like
tiny.
He looks like Stephen Hawking.
Oh yeah, the article specifically is about him using Ozempic. He dropped 120 pounds. Fuck.
I guess he looks better than what he looked like before he did that.
Yeah. I guess it's just too extreme in the other direction.
Yes, agreed. Of the two, I think he looks better now. But
yeah, I guess this is what he looked like. Recently, so you can see why he went on.
He looked like Jiminy Glick.
Yeah,
he really
exactly like Jiminy Glick.
Same voice too.
Seriously.
Oh, here he looks good.
No, he doesn't.
No,
it looks like he didn't buy a new wardrobe for his new date.
I think that's part of it. This dog is very cute, though.
The dog is not him.
The dog weighs more than he does. Whatever, as long as he's happy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. See, in a nice old man relationship with a lovely man, or
no, it doesn't look like it.
Single, playing the field.
Did we know he was from Bensonhurst?
I did not, but I mean, I'm not shocked by that at all, based on how he talks.
Let's see. No. He's gay, right? Do we know? Oh man, there's a website called Who's Dated Who. Wouldn't it be Who's Dated Whom? And I guess the only person in his dating history is someone named Ted Casablanca. I don't know. Looks like someone he'd date.
Isn't he famous in some way? That name's ringing a bell.
He's a journalist.
Isn't that like the guy who ran the modeling agency? Is the father of the guy from The Strokes, or is that Casablancas? Maybe.
Let's see. Let's find out.
He is an e-online journalist for a column called The Awful Truth. Born in Dallas, so different.
John Casablancas is the modeling agency guy. Never mind.
We're learning so much.
Deuterino wants to know if you'd smash or pass Ted Casablanca.
Pass.
Really? That was a pass. He's not.
What if you got to play with Harvey Firestein's dog afterwards? Still pass?
Pass.
Sad.
Not into it.
I just want to fuck in front of my dog and have a threesome. Is that so wrong?
Wait, a threesome with the dog, or a threesome while the dog watches?
Come on, Harvey's not a pervert.
You were just playing a drop about bestiality, Darren, not me.
It's true.
You brought it into the conversation.
But that was Barbara Walters saying it. I didn't say it.
Bestiality?
Dusty Rhodes Muffler Rob wants to know if you'd smash or pass Harvey Whippleman.
Well, oh my God, no. No thanks.
You know, I just saw a video last night of involving Harvey Whippleman.
Oh no.
Because it was like discussing Hulk Hogan's last match in WWE before he left. And what happened was he lost to Yokozuna because Harvey Whippleman, dressed as an Orthodox Jew, as pretending to be a photographer.
No, I think he was dressed as a Japanese person was the intent. He looked
I don't know, man.
Orthodox Jew. But
do you have a picture?
He was, yes.
He flashed a picture in Hulk Hogan's face and it blew a fireball and he fell down.
But he was, I believe on air, they said some Japanese photographer. Like we have these photographers from Japan covering
Jewish American princess is what they meant. Though,
you tell me, Sid. He looks like he just.
So this is the incident.
He looks like he just crawled out of one of those tunnels. There you go.
Oh my God.
Wait, let me find a higher res version of it. Here you
go. I feel like the actor known as Harvey Whippleman is so Jewy looking that no matter what the disguise is, it's going to read as Jewish, but I could see how the intent was not that.
I mean,
here's what he looks like.
Yeah. What's his real name? Do we know?
Bruno is his first name.
Is he Jewish even?
Let's see.
Bruno Lauer.
Bruno Whippleman.
I don't know. He's from Mississippi. Damn.
Shattering your childhood beliefs here.
Yeah, seriously.
He doesn't strike me as Jewish,
honestly.
Yeah. Interestingly, he was in the car with Joey Morella, Gorilla Monsoon's son, when Joey Morella died in a car.
Oh no,
that sucks. Got
Morella was not wearing a seatbelt.
Oh wow.
But Bruno was.
Will you stop? Was Vince Neil involved?
He's Roman Catholic, it says here.
Oh wow.
Roman towards Judaism. With that beard. That Japanese beard that he's wearing there.
Yeah, the nose, the beard, the hat all read obviously very Jewish, but then the outfit does not.
So the outfit is nothing. It's not Japanese. Yeah. Wasn't he wearing like an obi or something?
Some other of his. This is my
Big Bully Busick.
Oh
Big Bully Busick was my favorite.
Because of the Winnie the Pooh outfit?
Well, the exaggerated mustache. And Bertha Faye, of course, legendary.
Oh.
Bertha Faye. That was her theme music.
When is her Dark Side of the Ring?
Did something bad happen to her?
I think she was in the.
Of course.
Was there a Medusa Dark Side? I feel like they did a segment on her on one of those. I remember.
What did Medusa like bully?
Maybe the Luna Vachon one. No. It was just about how I think it was about how Luna wanted to be women's champion, but then they moved on an Alundra Blaze program with Bertha Faye, and I believe Bertha Faye injured her like a shoot.
On purpose, or is she just clumsy?
No, just out of clumsiness. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she sucked. The idea was Bertha Faye was like Harvey was in love with her, right? And that was his girlfriend or something.
Oh, she died in 2001 at 40. So,
no.
Let's see.
Was she in a car with Harvey Whippleman?
Died of a heart attack.
Oh,
she's a big lady.
R.I.P. I wanted to play this video for a few weeks now. Oh no, it's gone. This is why we gotta.
Was it from the Epstein file?
Well, maybe I'll find it. Because it was an iconic video.
What was it?
It was a Asian man.
Oh, Harvey Whippleman in disguise.
That great disguise that he was wearing.
Smash or pass Harvey Milk, Rob? Just any Harvey.
Milk?
Yes.
He was in the news recently too.
That's right.
Young Harvey Milk, I think I'd smash, but partly for the networking. I mean, young there's not really an old Harvey Milk. Let's be honest. So no, but he was handsome. He's more in line with what I like.
I mean, are you picturing him as Sean Penn or as himself?
No, I'm looking up the actual Harvey Milk.
Okay.
There's
a great Harvey on a milking table.
It's crazy how homophobic some of the other people in there's a documentary about him that is very eye-opening and infuriating. In fact, I forget what it's called. I think it's The Life and Times of Harvey Milk.
Wasn't he accused of being
The Times of Harvey Milk,
pedo and all that stuff?
Right. Yeah. When he won the race, they smeared him with all of these false accusations and then murdered him. One of the people in government murdered him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you said maybe they incited some rando to do it, but
no, it was a member of his it was some deputy something or other. I forget, but he totally got off. There's some fucked up story about it. I forget the specifics of it because I was likely stoned. Dan White was the perpetrator.
Of course. White.
He was a member of the police department. Rather than, I guess he wasn't reappointed because of his views, and then he was very upset about that. And then after Harvey got assassinated, do you know who got promoted to mayor.
Feinstein,
Who was
right?
about, yes, she was about to retire from politics.
Yes.
She was so old then.
Yeah. She was just only 72.
That's fucking wild, man. Is she dead yet or no? Is she still alive?
I think she died.
She
right?
died. She finally keeled over.
I remember there were like
2023
tributes. Who tributed that?
Indeed.
I found the gay power video. It's on TikTok. It's very important. This is a striking monologue.
So I am currently in Tulum.
Could you turn the volume up a little bit? Thank you.
So I am currently in Tulum in a villa with like 20 other gay men for a birthday party. And I know some of you are thinking, that seems a little bit excessive for a birthday party. And it is. But this is what gay men do. They do the most. Generally speaking, as we get older, we tend to make more money. And gay men, we make the salary of a man. And many don't ever plan on having kids. And so there's no point saving any of it because there's no one to pass it down to. And so we spend everything on ourselves. And so we have the means to do the most. And gay men often have this incessant need to one-up each other. And so if one friend goes on a road trip for his birthday, then the next friend is going to want to go on an international trip to a neighboring country for his birthday. And then the friend after that is going to want to go on an international trip on another continent. And so I wouldn't be surprised if one day one of my friends wants to plan a trip to the moon. And a lot of gay men, particularly around my age and older, hold quite a bit of resentment towards society for their homophobia that they had to endure. And so they also feel the need to prove something to society, that they can be successful even if they're gay. This is the part that a lot of homophobes don't quite seem to understand, which is that if you're homophobic, you should actually support gay rights. Because if you take away their rights, you're actually going to inadvertently fuel their ambitions to do the most. Like, take a look at the Instagram profile of that gay kid that you bullied in high school. What's he up to now? He's probably very beautiful, isn't he? He's probably a doctor or a lawyer married to another beautiful doctor or lawyer. And where is he now? He's probably in Rio. Sunbathing in his tiny Speedo, showing off his 8-pack. You did that. Your bullying gave him ambition. Let me tell you the truth about gay men from a gay man himself. There is nothing that fuels the gays quite like hate, because gay men love drama. They love doing people wrong. And so if you want to take away their powers, the best thing that you could do is to let love win. So I am currently in Tulum.
Elect this man for president. I mean, like, what a great argument.
At least mayor of New York.
Yes. Wonderful viewpoint.
Now, here's what I learned from this. Gay men cannot have children. All gay men make lots and lots of money.
Yes.
Gay men, there is absolutely no reason for a gay man to play the stock market, invest, have a 401k. They only take them every cent they earn and put them into Mexican vacations in different continents.
If only
is this
Peter
correct,
Thiel
Rob?
listened to this.
Yeah,
it's quite accurate.
Okay, got it.
I haven't been to a Caribbean vacation in a while, but other than that, yeah.
You go to see wrestling pay-per-views instead. That's your.
Well, I haven't traveled to a wrestling pay-per-view in a while either. I'm actually I might be going next month. Funny enough.
Here's what you may not know about gay men. We all love AEW.
It gives us power. Okay.
Follow AEW around the country. If you're homophobic, you should support our right to go see AEW on every continent, including Antarctica, on the earth.
The manager of Iron Maiden is in the news. I feel like anytime one of these stories about cell phone uses at concerts shows up, it's always like get over it. You know, Iron Maiden manager Ron Smallwood Ron Smallwood has thanked the band's fans for coming out to the first two shows of the Run for Your Lives World Tour. Oh, okay. It is Pride Month.
Are you going to that?
No. I think it's just in Europe.
Oh.
And also, it's with their new drummer, Simon Dawson, who's replacing longtime drummer Nico McBrain, who's retired. I saw them with Nico. Is
that a deal breaker? Is the drummer?
I mean, I don't really. I've seen Maiden like 2 or 3 times. It's enough. I'm good. They were great. Don't get me wrong. I was never like huge into them. So
I totally sympathize with that because I've seen Metallica 27 times already. Like I don't need.
Yeah, they're not going to get better 50 years down the line. Like you've seen. Yeah. They're getting more expensive, but not better.
Right. If someone wanted to invite me to go see Metallica, if I like their company, I'll probably go. But I don't have a burning need to go see Metallica anymore.
Would you pay for the ticket, or when you say invite, you mean they have 2 tickets and you could just have one of them?
No, either one. I think if I like the person enough, I'd shell out the 250 or
that's how like when Metallica came here last year, my friend was like, "Hey, I have an extra ticket. I can give it to you for $100. Do you want it?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'll go." The same exact thing. Like I've seen them. I know, but it was actually a great show. They've really figured it out.
I mean, I no way would I slander them and say that they're a bad show. It's like enough already.
They don't phone it in. Absolutely. Like they really, really try to put it, and they play for like over 2 hours. It's very impressive.
It's crazy. They're like 65 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Rolling Stones. I mean, it's a different energy level.
Yeah.
To put on a Rolling Stone show than a Metallica show, but they're like in their 80s and they're still able to somehow do it.
Unless free, I would not go see Rolling Stones.
No,
I
would not go for free.
Charlie Watts sitting there like a fucking Teddy Ruxpin.
No, Charlie Watts isn't still.
No. I'm just saying the idea of
yes.
You said the Rolling Stones is a certain type of energy of the show, and that's what I think of in the 80s and 90s. He's just like doesn't know where
barely
he is.
there,
and it still sounds fine.
Yeah.
I remember that
actually drumming. Who knows?
Yeah, remember that video they made in the 80s when videos were a thing, like the late 80s, early 90s. I can't remember, but it's in New York, and they're all giant.
Waiting on a friend. Oh no! What the fuck? I know what you're talking about. It's like black and white.
Yeah, and they're like Mick Jagger is stepping over the Brooklyn Bridge or whatever, and then they show giant Charlie Watts, who's just completely clueless, and he's like. Fucking has no idea where he is in the video.
Love is Strong. Is it that one?
I don't remember. All I remember is the images of the video. I think it was a big hit. I think it was wasn't Start Me Up, was it?
No. That was way earlier. The one I'm talking about is from '94.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know the name, but yeah, it's just funny to see a giant Charlie Watts out of his mind on drugs.
I think it's Love is Strong. Yeah. They had the Rolling Stone video I always think about is the Waiting on a Friend. Do you remember that one where it's filmed it's like late 70s, early 80s? It's filmed on the Lower East Side.
Oh. Yes.
It and they all
Sesame Street.
They all just look like the grossest people. And it's just like these guys are rock stars. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're just like on 8th Street, like going to bars and looking scummy. Like, this is a music video? I don't want to hang out with any of these people.
We're gonna have to mute this shit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna show still so we don't get.
Yeah. And by the way, all the people there would be like, "Get the fuck out!"
Yeah. It's like, check it out. We know black people. Because black people, aren't we cool?
We'll all find some black people and put them in fucking bio. Where's all the black people in New York?
They all look so gross.
This guy, I always love this guy.
Ron Wood?
Ron Wood? Yeah. Love this guy's look. Like, this guy always looked like a fucking caricature. Yeah. Like, of all of them, he to be the weirdest looking dude in the Rolling Stones.
Well, he's the only one of these guys that wasn't an original member, right? Yeah. So he came with his own energy later on.
Right. And they were like, "Oh, you look worse than all of us."
Look at Nick is yelling at him right there. Ron Wood, why don't you fucking come and sit on the scene on the stoop with the black people?
Ron Wood is the person who farted on that woman's face.
You blew up her bleeding sinuses. Ron Wood, what's wrong with you, man?
I mean, everybody in that band had destroyed sinuses, but it was from cocaine abuse. This woman had it from a fucking fart. She never got high.
Never even got to enjoy the cocaine, man. She's never enjoyed the cocaine.
What if she's not telling the full story? That her boyfriend actually farted into their Coke bag, and then she sniffed up the Coke.
That cocaine makes you shit. That's true. That's a fact.
Wait, so what does this have to do with Iron Maiden?
Yeah, that's right.
We started out saying, well, would we go to this show or that show? It's low energy like the Rolling Stones. I remember the chain this time.
Smallwood shared the following statement on Maiden's official website. Well, what a way of starting this monumental tour with a couple of sold-out nights in Budapest. It was the perfect place to open the tour. Great venue, incredible city. In fact, one of my favorites, blah, 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 blah. We're delighted to see the reaction and appreciation for the new production, and has enabled everyone to experience these iconic songs in a way we've never been able to before. That was quite an operation to achieve. He's going, a huge thank you to everyone who kept your phones down, respected the band and your fellow fans, and embraced the show the way it's meant to be experienced.
Oh, Rob, okay.
In the room with us. That was a great boost for us, and the band appreciated it greatly. It's so much better when they can see you unencumbered, and that drives them on without distraction. For the selfish few that didn't and just had to keep videoing, I wish you nothing but a sore arm. A very sore arm, he says. But they were few, and we do hope the support from fans, especially on the floor area in front of the sound desk, continues in Prague on Saturday and beyond. As I said before, by all means, take the odd quick pic as a memento of a great night, but otherwise, keep the phone in your pocket. All right, I think this is fine.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Like, the sentiment
get over it
with the wishing, like, the ones who filmed also did pay for a ticket and are fans of your band. Like, maybe don't wish injury upon them.
And I'm sure it wasn't like they paid $10. They paid hundreds of dollars. You know, like, leave them alone.
Yeah. And like, why even like bring that to attention?
Yeah.
Like, you have the rule, you have signs up. That should suffice for the most part. If a few people ignore it,
now the whole story is about how you're ranting about these cell phone users.
If you want to kick them out during the show, if you catch them or ask them to stop, fine, do that. But like, releasing statements about it is weird. And if that's like the start of their tour, and this is how they're starting it with like, well, the great shows are great, except blah 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 blah. Like, why?
The first album.
What was that? Was that him?
Was Nick yelling at Ron Wood again.
Yeah, it was a Ron Wood video, actually.
Since Charlie sadly passed away, was his presence felt in the studio?
Oh yeah, all the time. I was the last one to see Charlie in the hospital in London. Anyway,
fucking braggart.
Long story short,
he looks like Rhea Perlman now.
Said, I want to get out of this bloody place.
Ron Tortelli.
How old do you think Ron Wood is without looking?
90.
81.
Oh, 78.
What? Wow.
Mick Jagger and Keith Richards are 81.
Okay, wow. Ron Wood's the kid.
I went high because I thought like he like it's a trick question. Like he looks younger actually. He's like he went from when they were all youngish being the weirdest looking one to now he looks the most normal. I think
he aged into his face.
Right.
I'm knowing that they're 81. Mick Jagger has incredible stamina. Like, I don't even know. I'm not even talking about on stage, just the way he moves day to day for an 81-year-old. Like, he moves better than my parents who are like 15 years younger than him.
Well, he also has a lot more money at his disposal to keep in the best.
True.
But
a bit more yoga than my parents.
I really think that I believe this. When you do the high-end drugs, I think there's a formaldehyde aspect to it. Like
he's pickled.
If you can avoid overdosing on it, obviously. But like the drugs themselves, I think I do think that's a thing. I'm not joking. Like, you see all these guys that did all this shit for all the year, but they had the good quality shit. Like, I think it. Well,
what about Ozzy though? He has Parkinson's now.
Well, I feel that that's in your genes. Like, you can't avoid Parkinson's. It's not a cure-all to do coke, but it's like, it keeps maybe it keeps you alive somehow. I have no idea. But you see all these old guys.
That is, Ozzy is still alive, so there is that.
He's alive, and you got Parkinson's.
Though let's see what the breaking news is when we finish this episode. That might have been a Livecast curse.
Oh boy, fuck.
Oh, no.
When is that farewell concert? Has that happened? I've seen posts about it for like 8 fucking years.
It's in a few weeks. It's
Get it over
the first
with
weekend of July, I believe.
Is it like Ric Flair? He's gonna have another one in 2 years or something?
No, I don't think so. I think they're doing this before like he gets really bad. I don't even think he's performing. He might just perform like 1 or 2 songs. They're being very non-committal for how long he'll be on stage.
Because they probably have no idea.
But they also have like other bands, right? You don't just go to see him fall on the floor and then go.
No. It's an all-star line. Like there was a moment where I thought about going, and then I was just like, what am I doing? I'll just watch the stream. It's fine. But it did look really nice. So like it's like every big band is performing. Sabbath, Ozzy, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and then like every big name vocalist you can think of is going to be there as well to do songs with Sabbath. Like Sabbath is going to do a full set with guest vocalists is kind of what they're pitching. Which
is Max Sabbath invited?
Max Sabbath is not invited.
Is it going to be on the Sabbath?
It is on it's on a Saturday. So
there you go. No
anti-Semitism running rampant in England.
No annoying Orthodox Jews at the show.
Sharon, is she allowed to show up anyway?
Wow, that's a good point. She's so Jew. She's such a Jew.
She is. Well, she's half Jewish.
I meant she's so religious, as she claimed.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah, when it's expedient.
I know. How dare you? She's got a fucking
Baruch atah Adonai.
Yes.
What song do you think Kneecap is going to do?
I don't think they're invited.
Oh man! What if it turns out that the guy in the ski mask has been Ozzy this whole time?
Impossible. The way that guy moves. Have you seen Ozzy lately?
It's all been a work.
Ozzy couldn't.
It's all been a work.
He delayed his final world tour like twice for 5 years and then canceled it just because he can't travel anymore.
Or maybe he finally realized the world just isn't ending, so there's no final world
tour.
Yes.
Final world tour. Final world tour. That's what I said. All right. Let's talk about our playlist.
Oh.
Each week we pick a song. We throw it on the playlist. Find it on Spotify. It's called the RIP Livecast Music Break. Check it out. Also, you can get a link for it at riplivecast.com, where you can also get a link to buy a little merch. Summer, the weather's nice. Get a Livecast tank top.
Yeah.
Or a Robba tank. Or a Sid or Darren tank.
Do we have Tank Abbott tanks?
No Tank Abbott tanks, no. My pick this week for Spotify, since the weather is getting very warm, I'm picking Typo Negative's Summer Breeze. Somebody played this as a background track in one of their Instagram stories or reels or something a few days ago, and it's been in my head ever since. Just summer breeze makes me feel.
I was gonna ask if that was the cover of the Bee Gees song, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they make it all goth. So it's very fun. And R.I.P. Pete, we love you. I miss you. I visit your tree in Prospect Park whenever I can.
You just have to go past it because you're doing something. You're not visiting. Get out of here.
Yeah. No, it's completely it's at the other end of the park from where I enter. It's
so
on
you
the
really go to the tree for real?
Well, when I go with in the mornings, they have off leash hours for dogs.
Oh, okay.
In Prospect Park, so I go with Babka, and we just go the entirety of the park, of the off leash area, and it's like the other end. It's like the checkpoint almost of like, all right, we got here. Now we can turn around.
So like I said, you happen to be walking your dog past
me.
But I still have to like I could not go visit it. I could just I still take a look. It's so sweet. People leave little mementos. I haven't left anything.
You left a little babka present.
Yeah, exactly. Let babka leave a memento.
I don't let her mark around his tree.
You don't want Pete to get sinus infections in the afterlife.
Yes.
Is he buried under that tree?
No. He's probably. I wonder if he's buried in Greenwood Cemetery.
No. Well, wasn't he living in Pennsylvania when he died? He's probably buried in Pennsylvania.
But his family's all here.
What family?
His mom and his sisters. But we'll see.
He's writing a song about babka in the afterlife. She likes to babka number 2.
Peter Steele is buried in East Farmingdale, New York.
Oh.
At St. Charles Resurrection Cemeteries.
So not Prospect Park. Okay.
That was a big disappointment for me. Was before he died, not long before, he did an interview where he repented a little bit and said that he is religious now. And he wouldn't perform when he did a reunion with Carnivore. He wouldn't perform the song "God Is Dead."
What a bitch!
It's a little blasphemous. That bummed me out. But hey, he was going through some cancer. That's my pick. Sid, what are you picking?
Well, election season, as we discussed earlier, is in full throttle, and Justin Brannan is running for New York City comptroller.
He's got my vote. The Livecast officially endorses.
Yes. And he used to be the guitarist for the hardcore band Indecision. So I picked an Indecision song called This Time Tomorrow. It's a very good one. Darren, what's your pick?
Well, someone I know from school was telling me that she starred or participated in a gender swapped Jesus Christ Superstar and played King Herod. Which is a show that I love dearly. So I put the King Herod song from Jesus. It's called King Herod song from Jesus Christ Superstar, but the original Broadway cast soundtrack, which I have not heard a good reproduction. This is still the best version. And there's so many good performances on it. And this is probably my favorite song. It's like the very serious, very obviously a very serious story, but there's like just a comedic break with this song. It's like a comedy.
Oh, nice.
In Jesus Christ Superstar, and I love it. Just King Herod is the guy that sends him back to go be whipped by Pontius Pilate, right, to get his punishment. But he does this whole ragtime number, and it's like, oh, so I heard you think you're God now. Oh, is that right? Well, let's see. Walk across my swimming pool, please. It's like he's kind of being sarcastic and dancing, playing the piano and singing. It's very cool. It's probably my favorite song in this play. So there it is.
Nice. And we also have a submission from Jander this week. He picks the song Law and Order by the band Conflict. And he says, the vocalist Colin Jerwood of the British punk band Conflict died this past week after a short illness. Conflict is considered by many to be the most important anarcho-punk band not named Crass, and was a direct reaction to boy bands like the Sex Pistols, one that included an actual political message outside of angsty teenage rebellion. Might I also recommend pairing this song with Beans on Toast and setting squad cars on fire? Kidding. Don't do that. Just jokes in it. Like Holodets, no one should eat that shit. R.I.P. Colin. Though not the Colin that listens to our show. I hope he's still alive and well and walking dogs. Love you, Colin.
Never know, those dogs can
oh no,
snap off a finger or something.
I know. Hopefully he walks those dogs to the tree, the Peter Steele tree, and lets them shit all over it.
Yeah. Or they could fart in your face and you get D. coli 7 years later.
God.
Mysteriously.
Rob, has Babka ever farted on your face?
No, she's really good about farting. She doesn't.
She's really good about. Your voice gets so high.
No, she doesn't usually fart. The only time she's only farted a few times that we know of, and it's just when she has near diarrhea.
Oh, so it's like a warning.
Yeah. But usually it's like the fart is like right before liquid just flows out of her gut.
Has this ever happened like on your bed or?
Not on my bed. She did one time have diarrhea overnight and left a mess at the furthest corner of the apartment from the bed, which just so happens to be right where I'm sitting right now.
Oh, nice.
Save it for Peter Steele, Bob.
Yeah.
But I think it's completely excusable. I acknowledge that for her, it was like the last resort. Like she's very, very good about.
That was her last resort. You cut her life into pieces.
Cut her life into pieces. Yeah. And
defecation, no breathing.
She's really good about waiting to go outside. So it had to have been extreme. And like she's good about communicating like, hey, I have the shits. Like let's
That's
go.
what the fart does.
Yeah, there have been times where she'll like look at us like I need to go now. We need to go outside now. And we're like, all right, 10-4, red alert. We don't want shit in the house.
My cat farts, so I would say maybe once a month. This is very rare, but he always picks up his tail and you hear a little puff of smoke comes out. It's so funny. He looks around like he startled himself. And he did it once sort of in my face, but he was like sort of doing the making the bread thing on my blanket while I was about to go to sleep. And he was in the position where tail goes up. It's the smallest little thing. Cats, I've never seen a cat that farts like really loud, but they do it. But
I could probably count on one hand the times I've noticed either of my cats actually fart.
You got to really be paying attention. He might fart way more often than I think, but I only catch it because it's so silent,
Bruno farted a lot, I remember.
Oh my God, only during the show.
Yeah. And dogs love to fart. I mean, I've to this day, I think when I was 13, 1987, I was house sitting. My mother and I went to house sit this woman's house that my mother knew in Long Island. And they had a dog named Muggsy. It was the cutest white, just a beautiful, beautiful dog, a boxer. But that's the worst smell I've ever came out of any living thing that I've ever known. He did it constantly. I don't know how these people lived with this dog. And I loved the dog. He was so adorable. But he would just and then fucking the sound was like bad enough. And then the fart was just like toxic chemicals.
And how frequent would you say this was?
3 times a day.
Oh,
maybe.
damn.
Yeah.
Jesus. What were they feeding that poor guy?
I don't know. Well, they gave my mother the food to give the dog, and it was normal food. So
he needs that hipster shit that they feed Babka.
It was like but it was like, but maybe they were feeding him table scraps of their dinners and stuff. Yeah. I don't know, but rancid fucking ass on that dog. Still remember that dog, Muggsy.
R.I.P. a legend.
Yeah.
R.I.P. a Muggsy. All right. So also I want to mention, you're like, wow, that livecast is really entertaining. I want to give him a little tip. You can. Patreon.com/RIP livecast. If you drop $4 a month in the bin, the tip jar, you get access to all of our bonus episodes. Almost 5 years of bonies.
Our boners episodes.
I really like the one we did for this month. Homie Spumoni. We did a watch along of a forgotten mid-aughts comedy, not classic.
A good movie, I would say. Mild thrash.
It was a fun romp.
Yeah.
I enjoyed our watch along of it. Some of these watch alongs can feel a little
sometimes we make it work and it's still funny, but it's a grind. This was
it's a grind. Yeah,
this was an easy watch and
yeah,
both the movie and our commentary is very funny.
Yeah, and exactly. Like it was legitimately funny at points, and at points cringy and dated.
Yes.
So it's a great combo for a watch along.
And Paul Mooney is in it. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, we love Paul Mooney. Whoopi Goldberg is pretty fun in it as well. I will say, I feel like all the actors and actresses gave great performances. Like we all agreed that it was like everyone gave their all. It's just the writing was terrible.
It's a well-made movie with some very, very, very dated concepts in it.
Even for that time, I feel like not just with our current glasses on.
Totally agreed. It's like it was written by 70s old white Jewish men,
which I think probably is exactly what it is.
1970.
So definitely check it out. Patreon.com/RIP Livecast. If you drop $8 into the tip jar a month, you get to be a top Livecast fan of the week. Get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. How are we doing this, baby?
I would say you're Andrew Cuomo suggesting to each of these people the genre of porn that you would like to see them do.
Darren, do you want to give it?
Oh, wow. Way to pass the ball.
You have the accent. You have the impression.
I don't think it's that good, but Benjamin Dan Aw, I would like to see you with your asses hanging out of a washing machine, pooping into someone else's sinuses. Shashushits, Orlando Danks. I would like to see the two of you as members of a bukkake crew, bukkakeing onto Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, wow. All right. Peak resistance.
LaCroix, Corey, and Scotty H. You will be the stepdaughters to the stepfather, Donald J. Trump, where you will finally get the upper hand on Donald J. Trump and turning him in for sleeping with his stepdaughter. Erin, Jeremy, you will participate in an all lesbian video. Jeremy, you will be the cuck standing in the corner masturbating as I blow up a nursing home. Mr. Schmertzler, Douglas, who are you? Levison, you will. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm back. You will be in an auto-eroticized Ron Jeremy recreation where he sucks his own penis as I chase my secretary around the room 1950s style and try to chase her skirts. I need help, Rob. Tagging out. Give me another genre.
Oh, no. A genre of porn? A scat?
Slinkies. Anything. You take over. You're Andrew now.
I'm sorry. Which person?
Slinkies.
Slinkies. Slinkies, we know what's going on. You like those? You like the ones where we get in the bathtub, a little tub girl action.
Yeah.
But with a boy, tub boy. Janda. Oh, you pervert. You like that cuck play porn, but the weird cuck play with the tasers and all them.
Oh my God.
That's a thing?
It is now.
Randy Blad, you're beyond porn. You just pay women to come over and piss on you while you say bled.
I mean, that
Andrew approves.
I need to see. I'm so out of touch with porn. I had a lot of good Andrew Cuomo jokes, but I ran out of porn references.
Yeah, there we go. That's where I can help. That's where I shine. Folks, that's our show. We'll be back next week. We hope you can tune in. Till then, of course, send us your feedback, rplivecast@gmail.com. Send us any questions. We'll answer them on the show. Questions about you, questions about us. Yes, questions like smash or pass Harvey Milk, which I guess we answered that already earlier in the day. So you can have that. Until next week. We'll see you then. We love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.